Round towers are early stone towers, found mainly in Ireland, with only three known to have been built elsewhere, two in Scotland and one on the Isle of Man. Though there is no certain argument as to their purpose, it is thought that they may have been bell towers, places of refuge in time of danger, or both. It is also widely believed that the building's tall profile was an attempt at reaching for the heavens as a testament to God by followers of the Christian faith. Generally found in the vicinity of a church or monastery, the door of almost every round tower was originally elevated above ground level, with only one tower having its original entrance at ground level. This is thought to be a means of defence in times of attack, and in some cases the tower was filled in with stone and earth underneath this entrance. However, excavations in the 1990s revealed post holes, suggesting a permanent form of wooden steps was constructed at some site. It is thought that these steps may have been built as attacks became less common and peace began to spread throughout Ireland. Turlough Abbey is the location of Turlough Round Tower, County Mayo, which is approximately 8 kilometres northeast of Castlebar, on the north side of the N5. Located on the road to Park and on the north side of the River Moy, this round tower is not far from the well-marked National Museum of Folk Life. This round tower was thought to be constructed in the 9th century. Unfortunately, none of the original churches on this site survived, and there is little documentation referring to them. In 1302, the Abbey was valued for the ecclesiastical taxation of Ireland. The Abbey survived the initial dissolution of the monasteries, and a crucifixion plaque dated 1625 is an example of the Counter-Reformation iconography. Because of its proximity to Croagh Patrick and legends that St. Patrick founded this abbey, there was long dispute over its ownership between the Archbishop of Armagh and the Archbishop of Tuam, right up until the year 1351. The Pope eventually had to intervene and authorise the right to the Archbishop of Tuam. After dissolution of the monasteries, it passed into the possession of the Burke family, and soon after to the Fitzgerald family in 1655. It is presumed that this family was responsible for the 18th century cruciform church being built on the grounds. The location of the round tower in the Abbey is clear in this picture. It is located at the centre of the site at its highest point. The traditional cruciform shape of the church is also very apparent. At the base of this round tower, its diameter is almost 5.5 metres, with a height of around 22 to 23 metres. Because the drum of the round tower is so wide, it makes the tower look short and squat. The arched doorway, currently blocked with mortared stone, is 3.96 metres above the ground level and faces southeast. This view shows this doorway. There has been no evidence of post holes found at this particular site, so it is impossible to say whether a permanent stairway was installed. However, it is clear that the base of the tower was not filled in with earth and stone, as a later entrance was installed at ground level, as can be seen from this image. This entrance was thought to have been installed after the construction of the church, when the tower's primary function was no longer defence, rather was likely used as a bell tower and for storage. This entrance is now also sealed with mortared stone and is partially covered by a more recent headstone. This entrance was covered by the Office of Public Works to prevent any further decline of the building's condition. In a drawing dated 1792, the round tower was drawn depicting its cap in ruins. This cap was repaired by the Office of Public Works in 1880. At this time, the OPW attempted to restore the building to its original state in as authentic a manner as possible. They used similar locally sourced stone and created the roof shape by stepping each layer of stone in slightly more than the previous layer, as shown in my model. Although the capstone is quite similar to the original, it is slightly more rounded, adding to the squatness of the building. As you can see from this model, each layer of the roof structure is stepped in slightly further towards the centre of the building's circumference than the previous layer. This is known as a corbelled roof structure and allows for a number of roof forms to be created. It is important to note that this corbelled effect has been exaggerated in this model for the purpose of clarity. This method of roof construction enables the roof's load to be transferred into the walls of the building. Because of the similarities in the construction of many of Ireland's round towers, it is widely believed that a team of skilled builders travelled the country building towers to a rough template. This building technique has been used in Ireland for centuries and can be seen in many building types other than round towers, old animal shelters for example. The OPW's restoration of the round tower's roof was not without its issues, however. As mentioned, the original capstone could not be reused, and so an alternative stone had to take its place. The replacement stone was not as pointed as the original, and its rounded appearance made the building look even more stout. The original capstone was likely more like the one found on the nearby Turlough round tower. Despite their best efforts, the OPW could not source stone that was exactly the same as what had previously been used. Although the same stone type was sourced locally, weathering patterns differ slightly between the new part of the roof and the old part. This can be seen if you look closely at the roof when visiting the site. This is also a problem with the mortar used to hold the stone together. These beautiful buildings dotted throughout Ireland's landscape are a testament to the people who designed and built them in such a long-lasting, element-resisting manner. They are an important part of our nation's heritage history. There are only 18 to 20 towers remaining in near perfect condition, so it is very important that they are conserved in an appropriate manner.